This is our horizontal boring machine. Our drill press drills things vertically. Horizontal boring machine comes out at a horizontal angle. This tool is for boring holes. Usually means to go in the side of something. Boring. We set up the depth according to the dowels we're using or whatever purpose we're using this for. You can set a depth stop. And what is this?
To hold the wood.
To hold the wood, what do we call it? Cam lever. A lever applies pressure. Is that true?
True.
That's the definition of a lever. Cam lever is a type of lever that has this lobe or this bump on it. As it comes down, it gets closer and closer. It's a very effective way of applying pressure very quickly. It can adjust to different heights of wood, can it? Different thicknesses, adjust very easily, and a very quick way to clamp things down. The rule on this, the work must be flat against the table. And you must use the cam lever to hold the work in place. It's the only two questions on the safety test. Does that tell you how to use the tool? No, it doesn't tell you everything you need to know. So, we'll run through it real quick. Again, we set the depth of cut. This has a foot pedal. So when you're using it, you put pressure on the cam lever. Keep your hands on the cam lever. That keeps your hands out of the way. This tool especially, no loose clothing. When you're leaning over to see where the hole is going to be, if you have loose hair or a loose necklace or anything, get caught in here. You have to lean over to see where the hole and line it up. When you're ready, can you drill more than one hole without turning it off and waiting to come to a dead stop? Can you line it up for another hole when it's running?
No.
Yeah, you can. Keep your hands away from the moving parts. You can slide it down and line up another hole without turning it off and waiting for it to come to a dead stop. But you've got to be careful. Again, you'll be leaning over and looking to line up your next hole. The machine will be running. This only has a 3/8 inch drill bit. That's it. We use a 3/8 inch drill bit because that's the size of dowels we have. We have 3/8 inch dowels. When we do face frames or anything where we want to join a piece of wood together at a right angle, the dowels help hold that joint securely for a long time. I just recently took apart a kitchen and I was taking apart the face frames. They were doweled. The dowels did not break. The wood broke away from the dowels. The joint was stronger than the wood. Pretty nice. And the kitchen is 35 years old. So, they're still holding with incredible strength 35 years later. Once we set it up, hold down with the cam lever, make the hole. You can adjust. Another hole when you're done, turn it off. Wait for the machine to come to a dead stop. How do we clean the drill press and the horizontal boring machine and the mortiser? With a brush. We don't use our hands to wipe things down. You're not sure if somebody drilled aluminum on here, metal, something else. Could be plexiglass. You wipe things off with your hand. Not only is your hand going to get close to the blade, but you could get splinters and slivers of metal in your fingers. That's obviously not safe. So we clean these tools with a brush. Any questions about the horizontal boring machine? Anyone? And we set the height with this handle here and lock it in place with this handle. Again, the foot pedal. If you're not using this tool, please don't mess with it. After you're done using it, put the cam lever up. That keeps the leather clean and keeps it from getting scratched if somebody accidentally pushes down here. Just keep the cam lever up. More to